Ohio Avenue and 9th. David Adamson Designer Building.
WVLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! I'm full of water. I stay hot tub. Stay hot tub.
And good morning. Welcome 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Here, James.
Hot tub. Rubber tub with me. Second hot tub.
Yeah.
Really make me sweat.
Yeah.
Second hot tub.
Yeah.
Really make me wet.
Well. I'm trying to get Jeremy to do this song as he goes up and start preaching. We'll all be fanning him down like they do that celebrity hot tub.
We will be a visitor for that.
I'm certain. Yeah.
I think he gets big crowds anyway, but I think it'd even be bigger if he would do that. Have you seen the little skit they do on Saturday Night Live when he comes in?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sticks his foot in a toe in the water and screams. It's hot. But
Hilarious.
Anyway, beautiful Thursday here in Paradise. A little bit colder than I thought it would be.
Got the rain out of the way though.
Did you get any running in today beforehand?
No.
Bill Solomon, this guy's incredible. He is the superintendent of Missouri, great state of Missouri, one of the highly successful ones, and great to have him on this morning. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, James.
He wears two hats. He's got a Missouri, also loves Florida State. And your other university you graduated from is doing really well in college basketball right now.
Come on, Billikens. Who in the world would have thought that?
Who in the world are they?
Yeah, who in the world are they? St. Louis University Billikens.
Yeah.
And they are. And they appear to be the real deal.
Now, I heard academically it's really up there, that university. Any truth to that?
I managed to get through. I don't know. There were a lot of people surprised by that.
Missouri higher education pretty solid.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah,
No doubt about that. All right, and we also have Jeremy Pridge in here. Jeremy, what's going on in church? Tell me what church you're at and what's going on down there.
At First United Methodist Church, Panama City, we're off to a great start in 2026. And if you're looking for church home, come join us 8:15, 9:30, 10:45 Sunday morning.
And we'd ask you all to say a little prayer for a friend of ours.
Yep.
You've got some news. I don't know if we should.
No.
Anyway, just keep everybody, pray for everybody, man. Everybody's going through some type of sickness, some kind of things going on. Anyway, Jordan, I want to talk about your son.
Yeah, birthday yesterday.
Followed him. Yes. Hey, his son is a natural athlete, just like his mother.
Yep.
Natural athlete. I think baseball is going to be the sport, maybe football. What about basketball? I don't hear much about basketball.
He enjoys playing basketball, but it's not really like it.
Yeah.
He'd just rather go shoot and play horse, and, when I beat him, he wants to add a yes to it to keep the game going. That's just...
Now, they got a championship game tonight?
Yeah, his flag football team, the rec leagues are finishing up, and they're playing, I think, at 5:45 out at Frank Nelson's, so we're going to bundle up and watch it.
I don't think he'll mind. Jeremy's already looking out for sponsorship for NIL for Jordan. He's going to manage it himself.
I think Jordan's looking for NIL. He's already learned the game here.
Hey, Eric Baker, Taco Bell. He's got Laureline Layton. Maybe we'll get him on Jordan. I don't know, man.
I mean, Jordan's, like all the other kids, they're watching the shifts that are happening. And I said, Jordan, you want to go on to college one? No, I'm just getting my NIL.
Kind of automatic, right away.
I'm glad you brought that up. We just got the new dates. They were talking about the calendar. They're going to try to fix college football, fix the calendar. The Big Ten SEC couldn't decide on 16 games, 24 games, and they just couldn't get together and get this thing going. And the NCAA, we all know, has absolutely no pull anymore. It doesn't seem to have any power. But the calendar, did you see it?
I did not. I knew what the old one was.
This is even worse.
Worse?
Now get this, Bill.
Okay.
Randy, listen to this. The first college playoff game this year, 2026, 2027. It'll be in the Fiesta Bowl on a Wednesday night. That's a church night. We used to not be allowed to play sports on a Wednesday night. Those things have changed. They didn't want to go on a Thursday because NFL. They don't want to go head-to-head against NFL. Do they have some kind of set rule they can't play when NFL team's playing?
I just think the networks won't pick it up. I think the NFL's got priority.
The power of the NFL.
Yeah.
So that's not a good thing. A Wednesday night game, and the next game's not Thursday night. It's going to be Friday. So you'll watch a college game on Wednesday, go watch the NFL on Thursday, and then go watch a college game on Friday. That game will be played on January 1st. Can you believe this now? This calendar, how crazy it is.
No, I had not heard this. This is awful.
Well, yeah. Let me go to the whole thing. Well, I went over it yesterday, but let me go again. Now, the Friday game, there will be 3 Friday games. 3 games on Friday. Okay, January 1st. I get that. That's the holiday. The Cotton Bowl will be played in one of them. The Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Cotton Bowl's in Dallas, and the Rose Bowl. Now, I don't know the Rose Bowl's going to get that date, that time they want.
Oh, Rose Bowl's not. They're going to keep 4 o'clock. Otherwise, they're not in.
Okay. All right. Now, the next round will go to a Thursday night. You win that game, you keep going. You'll play the January 14th. That game will be played in the Orange Bowl. The next game will be played on Friday, the 15th. That game will be played in New Orleans in the Sugar Bowl. So these days, I don't like this Thursday night, Friday night football games.
No, I mean
we don't even have one on Saturday that weekend because the NFL's got one.
Because the NFL. Yeah.
This is crazy.
When did the NCAA become the WAC? I mean,
right.
Because those are the games we watched on Thursday night.
I honestly believe that the ratings would be competitive, NFL versus college playoff games. I really do. But they don't want to split that money. The people that advertise, they got to make I get it. I understand that. Now, the next games. This is January 1st, 2027. That's one over there. Now they go to the next round. Let's go to the next round. Thursday night, again, on Thursday night, January 13th. Okay? Then the next game is not on a Saturday again. It's on another Friday, January 14th, the Cotton Bowl. This is crazy. That's a national championship game. That's a national championship game, I believe.
But the host cities are going to lose because are you going to go to a midweek ball game somewhere?
In the middle of the week?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I guess certain people do have to work. Maybe the wealthy don't. I don't know.
Well, and think of some of the places. I mean, look at Ole Miss. I mean, I sent you that little thing about your Southern Miss friends saying they're just glad they went to New Orleans because they could afford that one.
We didn't have to get a room. You drive there and have a good time, go back to Haysburg.
Right, but Ole Miss, I mean, traveled all over. Now, they hosted a first-round game.
Yeah.
But then had to go to Arizona.
Well, did you see, too, the Miami, that they gave them their share of the money they made? I don't think they shared it with the
No, they don't have to. Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. That makes you want to maybe, hey, we stay the ACC might be a little bit easier and a little bit easier path to make the playoffs. They're not going away. I think Miami's going to be pretty good. All right, I want to go back to the calendar, Bill. You've been in education your whole life. What would be wrong? We had National Signing Day yesterday. Used to be the biggest day of the year.
Came and went.
We didn't even mention it.
Nope.
Nobody mentioned it. That was like a holiday. You would sit there and you would stay glued to that. To me and Bill Thomas, I'll never forget that, all those years at Arnold, watch and see who Florida State was gotten, who Alabama got, who Auburn got, Georgia. Those in Florida, that's gone. Nobody even cared about it.
Even in Missouri, it was a big deal, a very big deal.
Yeah. You knew then how good you were going to be in the future because in the old days, they didn't transfer out. That they've ruined that. That's gone. But getting back to the calendar, what would be wrong with this? The only time you can transfer, you open it up one time. It's got to be from June 1st to June 15th. Now, the coaches won't like it because they want their players in there for spring practice. But you know what? Too bad.
Yeah.
That means a freshman goes to the University of Missouri. He's going to be there one calendar year. The first semester, he might not like it. He might be thinking, I'm never going to play. Then he goes through spring football practice and he finds out, wow, you know what? I'm going to have an opportunity to play here. I'm used to the school. I kind of like it now. I'm going to classes. And he decides he's going to stay at Missouri for another couple of years. I think that's a big deal. They go to somewhere for a semester. They don't know if they like it or not one semester. You got to stay there longer than that. You don't even go through spring practice. Now, after spring practice, you find out you're on 14. You're not happy. Okay, now you go into it. What's wrong with that? What's so hard about that?
I think it makes sense, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
We're sitting here actually understanding it, and that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, just when you were just talking about the schedules, Thursday night, Friday,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I don't know what you do with that. it's going to be hard to get a following, I would think.
I don't
under
know
those
how they can do it.
circumstances. I don't get it.
Well, if you're Indiana and you've never done it before, I can see them traveling really well like they did, plus they got a lot of money. But some of these other schools like Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, they do it all the time. I just see their fan bases selling their tickets and going to the big one.
Yeah.
You know? Kind of like somebody else I know. Getting back to the calendar. Bill, I think they ought to do something else. I want your input in this. Online classes. That's all their kids are taking now, online classes. And my question to you guys, if I'd had all online classes back in the day, my grades would have been a lot better. Because you got to realize they got tutors for every player, and you can't tell me now some of those kids are getting a lot of help on this online. You don't know on online who's doing the work and who's not doing the work.
Well, you've got an educator here, and, academic integrity is something that is central to the whole institution.
Right, and
thinking and
where
ability
is
to
it?
think. Right. No.
Where is it?
I mean, now you can just ask your phone to write you a term paper.
If you're the president of the university, or say you're commissioner of SEC, you all get together, couldn't you say, look, there can be one online course they can take. They're going to have to go to class like everybody else. They're a student first. Even though now they're really professionals. It used to be, it wasn't professional football. It really is now. As you as a superintendent, would you not like the students, wouldn't you mandate the students have to be in the classroom instead of every class online?
Well, I don't think there's any, to maintain integrity, the academic integrity of the university, or you've got to have some regulations that are going to say, as you mentioned, you can take one online class or you can take two. Whatever it is, you have to make it universal, and you have to make it with some, if you will, some teeth in it. Where you must be there. If you don't, it won't. It will totally discredit the whole thing. It used to be like, you remember in your fraternity days, you went to the file cabinet to look at past tests that other people in the fraternity had taken and what have you, and that could be very helpful to you when you were taking your examinations. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to go back and learn the material. But when you do this complete, where you don't really know who's
done the work.
Yes, who's the personality behind the essays or the calculations or whatever, and I'm thinking the university are really in a struggle with this now, and they want to they're trying to, I think, hang on to the semblance of being in control of their situation. The other thing that's interesting, and one of my middle son works for Sage International, which is a publishing company, and they handle universities, and those universities are still buying textbooks. They're still using those materials, and that's a good thing.
Let me ask you this. Isn't there proven facts you learn better or learn more when you're actually in the classroom compared to online? To me, I've got to see it, I got to write it, I got to read it. Then I probably still don't understand it, but I try.
Well, absolutely. What was that? Would you, as a football coach, you wanted as many days in practice as you could possibly get.
Right.
I mean, and would be very, very careful about letting other things bleed into the time that you needed the people out on the field.
Right.
And looking at that kind of thing, that in and of itself gave integrity to the program.
Yeah, and
which is what's troublesome.
I want to say that we got to take a break, but I want to say this. I think some of the best teachers are coaches. We would go. You work on the blackboard. You show them film. You show exactly what they did right, what they did wrong. It's all teaching. And baseball, football, basketball coaches, those guys are really good teachers. The good coaches are anyway.
Absolutely.
And there was a time when people, these coaches, they're not. They don't really. They're really good teachers. Some of the best coaches I have are outstanding teachers. I mean, they can motivate the kids to do things they didn't think they could do. And we're going to talk about one of those coaches when we get back, Lou Holtz, after the next break. I want to talk a little bit about him. But right now, let's talk about some of our great people. We went there last night. I tell you, they do an outstanding job. We went to Pepper's Mexican Grill. Julie and I did. We had a bunch of different things there. Had a wonderful time. They've got the best margaritas anywhere. You buy one, get one free. Same thing with draft beer, and their big beer is big. I think it's like 33 ounces. Crazy. The food, outstanding. Go check it out. They got a room in the back, too, if you want to have a party, something like that. And don't forget, on Mondays is Military Day. You get 10% discounts, all you military people. Make sure you head out to Pepper's. We've got 2 great locations. Now, we all know the one in town, right across the street from the old mall on 77. But now we finally got one in Panama City Beach, and I'm glad we did. It's on Panama City Beach Parkway, really kind of close to Arnold High School. So if you got the soccer game tonight, you got everything going on, go eat there before, and then go back afterwards and have yourself a drink. Pepper's, go check it out. You're going to love it. I'm telling you right now, that's a big deal. Also, the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. We had lunch there yesterday. It was packed out.
Wait a minute, I thought you weren't going.
Something happened. What happened? I got a phone. J. Michael called me, said I got to meet with him.
Oh, okay.
It was a private meeting.
All right.
It was very private.
Yeah.
Really private. Anyway, I did get stuck with a bill. You should have came. I got stuck with a bill anyway. Brian went there. The legendary Phil Cobb showed up. And if over in Lynn Haven, I know you had a great time at Pat Perno's City Commissioner. I know you had a great time at his restaurant, Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. Go check it out. You'll absolutely love it. Super Bowl 60 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Go watch the game at Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. We'll be right back. Bill, Jeremy, Randy, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd.
It's crazy to say that Sam Darnold hoists a trophy. You got to put him in the top 10. The Vikings were 7-10 before he arrived, 14-3 during, and mediocre again this year at 9-8. The Seahawks had no playoff wins for 8 years. Darnold arrives with the second youngest roster. They're in a Super Bowl.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 1.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 52 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northwest. Clear skies tonight, a brisk wind and cool near 41. Sunny and 63 tomorrow. 62 and sunshine with a gentle breeze Saturday. Sunday, sunshine and a temperature about the same at 60. Sunny Monday with a high around 66. This is your Thursday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Crawfish season is back, and the heat is on at Lone Star Boil House. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for delicious, mouth-watering Cajun crawfish, shrimp, buttery red royals, and everything crab. Plus, Lone Star Boil House is now serving liquor. Get crawfish 6 days a week, open to close. To-go crawfish also available at the front bar, and crush the follow on Facebook for frequent food and drink specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
This is where heroes are created, legends are born, and dynasties forged. The Sports Talk Monster, ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
Take care of. Hit or miss.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I meant to tell you, too, about Pat's Place over there in Lynn Haven. I'm talking about Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. If you want to have the Super Bowl party at your house, that's a great thing, man. He told me you wouldn't believe the number of to-go orders, especially his wings. All he needs to know what time you want to pick them up, how you want them made, how you want them prepared, and the number. and they'll be waiting when you say. And they do a great job with that. So if you got a Super Bowl party, don't forget about Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven.
I don't miss Wing Wednesday at Beef O'Brady's. Every week I'm there.
Is that not incredible? Their onion rings, it's not just the food, it's the way they treat you.
They give me 20 wings. It cost me $20.
Wow.
Now, I split them with a friend. I don't eat all 20 myself.
Yeah, I had 17. Anyway, it was a great place. No. All right, I want to talk about Lou Holtz. There were reports, Bill didn't even know this, there were reports coming out that he had passed, that's fake. He hasn't. He's still fighting. He is in hospice. He's up there in age. We know he's getting poor health, and he's at the end. But he was the most, one of the great ones. He led 6 different universities to a bowl game. No one in college football history has ever done that. So he could go in and turn around programs. The guy was unbelievable. He did something pretty cool, too. He went to the Jets. It just didn't work out for him. They didn't have to fire him. He had a contract. He quit after the first year. He said, this is not for me. I cannot deal with professional athletes. I'm better suited for college. I want people to learn things. And the things he taught, I've got cassette tapes of him. I've got books I read on him. I can't remember if I actually saw him in person, but I studied up on the guy. I did that with all these different coaches. I try to read everything I can, learn as much as I can. And one of the things I learned wasn't so much on the field, but what he talked about. And one thing that stood out in my mind, and Jeremy, you're in a leadership role. Bill, you've been a leader. But one thing he tried to get across to his players is one thing's going to be important. There's one thing's you're going to push for. One thing you're going to be is going to be your thing. And you want it to be good, not evil, positive, not negative. And he talked about the things, the negative things you could get involved in. For some people, it's having power overrides their life. They got to be the big man. They got to be the powerful guy. Sex, drugs, alcohol, money. And he talked into these things. And he talked about drinking. He goes, I never heard a player or a person ever get up in front of a group and say, the reason I've been so successful because how much I drink. But he said he's seen how many lives drinking has affected in a negative way. You make the wrong choices, wrong decisions, and all these kind of things. He broke it down to every one of those things. And everything we said was outstanding. And I think a lot of coaches coach the X and O's, and they don't really get into the whole development of a player. Did you ever listen to some of the things he had to say?
Oh, yeah, Holtz. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you tie that into what you do in your line of work?
Well, I think you have to. I mean, you start looking at, and this is why athletics is such a great sort of training ground. You have to bounce back after setbacks, resilience. You've got to pick yourself up after you've been knocked down, put one foot in front of the other. Sometimes the calls don't go your way. I mean, the list goes on and on and on around why athletic competition really helps to refine character. And adversity and toughness. And I mean, you remember those August days where you're working a ball team, you're trying to find out, does this team have enough when we're in the cooker?
Tough, yeah. to the old days when you had two-a-days.
Yeah. I mean, when it's on the line, are they going to blink or are they going to step into it?
Yeah.
And that's, I think, one of those pieces where Holtz had the best sort of capacity to motivate around those aspects, and they're out there, but he certainly was top of his class in his day.
Oh, really? I just always thought of him as another step higher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With everything he dealt with.
There's that great image of him, storming on the field, and he's what, 5'8", 9",
5'1".
Yeah. And he's grabbing this 6'6" lineman by the face mask and walking him off the field.
Yes.
They had him here in Bay County for I think it was at the Civic Center. He was here a long time ago. And people wouldn't listen to him, and it's like, wow, they couldn't believe there's a football coach like this. Now, I think all the great ones are that way. Bobby Bowden really taught his players about life. And he was a religious guy. And he made sure he tried the best to make them be the best successful they can. Saban, at Alabama, you wouldn't believe how they had broke down in all these different phases. But they would try to take care of a guy in every phase of their life. Financially, they had people for that. When they were getting ready to go to the NFL, they had things like that. But he called it the process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Coach Bryant, they said the things he would say were incredible. I mean, they said they wish he could have recorded and filmed some of the things he said. These were some of the guys now really old, these old players and old coaches, the things he would say, the way he motivated players. I think the great coaches hit not just on the field, hard working. And even Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight was like a football coach on a basketball court, but he also got into being successful. And like you said, it all ties in.
Well, you mentioned, this sort of process way of thinking, and of course that's tied to Saban. But in a day where folks are so outcome focused, Saban kind of flips that. And if you're a process thinker, you do, because you're not concerned about the outcome. But if you take care of the details along the way, the outcome's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've done the preparation work so that when that moment comes, whatever area it is, if it's a kid studying for a test, if they've done the prep work, when they get the exam in front of them, they're going to pass. They don't have to worry about making an A. Do the work, the A will follow.
Yeah.
Right.
If it's about being ready to play, as Saban would with a football team, if you put in the practice time and the prep work, and you know what your opponent's going to do, and you know what you want to do when your opponent lines up in certain ways, then it's a foregone conclusion. I mean, you've heard Alabama players talk about the toughest competition they faced was in practice.
Yeah, I bet that.
Yeah.
I bet that's so.
Yeah. So it's a shift of, hey, we're not just here to win a national championship. We're not going to talk about that. But if we talk about winning this part
every day,
the building blocks follow.
Taking care of the little things.
Mm-hmm. Details.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Alabama's done recently, right?
Help me, both of you help me out with this. I always feel so bad. I felt like a failure when a player would do something you would like, I can't believe he did that. Get suspended, get arrested, get kicked off a college football team, have to be kicked off our football team. And you've been part of his life. You tried to teach him the right things for 3 or 4 years, and it just didn't work out. They weren't successful in life like you want them to be. And you're like, why? How does this stuff happen? Why do they make the choices they make? And how did a kid that never drank, and then all of a sudden, that's the most important thing in his life, more than his family, more than his wife, his job, and they lose everything. I've seen that. And same thing, you can put it with the drugs. They start out, you hear they start smoking dope at a party, and then they got into other things. And I've had ones that are dead that I've coached before. How does their mind work? You're a preacher. How does this stuff happen?
It goes back to culture and association. You're going to be around folks that lift you up. You're going to be folks that bring you down.
Absolutely. You are what you hang around with.
And so those influences, particularly if you are showing some capacity, some ability, chances are there are those around you that either envy that, desire that in some way, or don't want to see you achieve that personally, and they won't. And so you've got to guard that.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate reality. And that's just not the peer group. I mean, look at the number of students who, in the pre-NIL days, forfeited eligibility because they were signing with agents, or just trying to keep within the rules that were established at that time. I mean, so
I used to always tell ours,
temptation is real.
Well, part of what bothers me, I agree with you exactly, but temptation is real. But we've now legalized temptation.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And I don't know how to say that differently. We've got you. If you live in Missouri, you can buy marijuana legally.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back and get into this and some other things. We got some local stuff going on too around here.
We're in a great time of year, local high school stuff.
But we got a lot of parents listen to it. They take their kids to school every day. And the most important thing is, we say all the time, is who you hang around with. You become what you are. You want to be a better student, hang around kids that make good grades. You want to be successful, hang around wealthy people. I always like to be around wealthy people. I like to learn what they did, how they get successful.
Well, listen, I'm going to be honest. You're starting to become a little bit annoying. Hanging around with me.
I was like, what? Why do you think? I want to learn. I want to be like, I don't own a radio station, but one day I might want to.
You can.
Let's take a break. Let's talk about some of our great people. We had him on yesterday at 7:30. He did a great job on my ear. I didn't look right, feel right. I went and saw Dr. Ward. He cut it out, and we'll find out all the results in a couple of weeks. But the guy's incredible. If you listen to him every Wednesday at 7:30, you know what I'm talking about. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. He's got offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Make an appointment. Go see Dr. Ward. Also, don't forget about Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Everybody's getting sick. Go get some zinc and some immune from Jason. You'll be glad you did. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Rich Eisen Show.
Jerry Rice here on the Rich Eisen Show. Who's the best receiver in the NFL today?
I would say probably, I still got to go with Justin Jefferson. And even though he hasn't had a quarterback, this guy can do it all. He can stretch the field. He can out-jump you. He's not afraid to go across the middle. And, there are some great receivers out there, but I would still put him as number one.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 11 to 2. ESPN Northwest Florida.
When it comes to backyard dreams, trust the name that's been making waves for over 65 years. Cox Pools. Serving the entire Florida Panhandle, Cox Pools brings experience, innovation, and quality to every custom pool design. From luxurious spas to resort-style pools, no vision is too big. Make your backyard the place to be with Cox Pools. Cox Pools, 65 years strong and still making a splash. Visit coxpools.com or call 850-235-7957.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose, hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, the best place in town to take a leak.
Crawfish season is back, and the heat is on at Lone Star Boil House. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for delicious, mouth-watering Cajun crawfish, shrimp, buttery red royals, and everything crab. Plus, Lone Star Boil House is now serving liquor. Get crawfish 6 days a week, open to close. To-go crawfish also available at the front bar, and crush the follow on Facebook for frequent food and drink specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
He's a beacon of light to many and an inspiration to all.
Winning.
The Coach James Hale Show, live from the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's about 40 degrees outside right now. I think it's going to be sunny today. This is going to warm up. We have a couple days warming up.
Yeah. So hang on. Maybe the groundhog was wrong.
Well, I'll say this all the time. I don't really worry about the weather as far as cold or hot because we got Stevenson air conditioning. And I'm telling you what, if you're having a problem keeping the house warm, call Jason. Call Stevenson air conditioning. Nobody's more local than Jason. The guy is incredible, the most honest guy out there. They started this company from scratch, family owned. They've blown up, man. It has expanded throughout the Panhandle of Florida. They're the best at what they do. Don't go national. Go Stevenson Air Conditioning. You can't get more local than that. And speaking of local, let's jump into what's going on around here.
It's an interesting time in high school sports here. Some of the winter sports winding down. We're right on the cusp of the spring sports starting up, but that means for the winter sports, we're into the district and regional tournaments, and a lot of teams still playing. So kind of want to give a little rundown here. In girls soccer, North Bay Haven was defeated by Pensacola Catholic, so their season has come to an end, but that's always a tough draw when you've got to play Catholic out of Pensacola, and so, but congrats to the Bucks, Lady Bucks on a good season. Tonight, the Lady Dolphins in the 4-5 game travel to Gulf Breeze. Gulf Breeze is a big soccer town as well, so good luck to the ladies as they hit the road over there to play in the Battle of the Dolphins. So Gulf Breeze.
That'd be a tough one.
Yeah. And then on the boys' side here, you've got Booker T. Washington at Arnold. Arnold is the 1 seed. Again, of course, Arnold's had a storied soccer program here, and they'll play tomorrow night. Bay, the Tornadoes hit the road, long trip to Ocala Vanguard for their match. And then North Bay Haven defeated Fernandina Beach in the first round, and they will play Catholic on the 10th So they advance in that first round game, but another tough draw with Catholic on the boys' side. South Walton defeated Jacksonville Wolfson in their first round, and now they have to go to Alachua Santa Fe. So soccer teams still alive, and hopefully that'll continue. Basketball is in the district tournaments this week, and interestingly enough, they're playing boys and girls same week here. There's typically was a week apart. So on the ladies' side, the Tiger Sharks from Port St. Joe heading to Osceola to play in their championship game. Malone and Bluntstown are playing. Battle of Walton County, South Walton will play at Freeport on the girls' side, and then Mariana gets a date with Florida High over in Tallahassee. On the boys' side, their district tournament's underway. Weewall goes to Crossroads Academy. That's kind of in Gadsden County, up that way in the rural district. But an interesting one this evening, Franklin at Port St. Joe. Now, if you followed any of this, Franklin County and St. Joe did not play during the regular season. There was a little back and forth around players and so they didn't play. And
bad feelings.
There were some hard feelings here. Well, the tournament brackets have forced those feelings onto the court. So you want a good ball game to watch tonight. Those are historic rivals.
Where's that game played at?
Port St. Joe. So it's going to be in the Dome, and that's a big gate, for those schools to have not played each other, whether that was in East Point or St. Joe. So circle that one. Bluntstown at Cottondale as well, and then Holmes County and Bethlehem. Inside Holmes County, they're playing Rutherford, Walton, South Walton, Catholic, and then Mariana, Florida High. For local teams here, Bay will go to Pensacola, and then here in the county, Arnold will go to Mosley. So good luck to the basketball teams still fighting in the postseason. And, of course, the regional brackets will come out after Max Preps does what Max Preps does and gives us the formula. So
they're paying somebody to do what they do. Can you believe? I still cannot believe we're letting Max Prep determine who makes the playoffs. And nobody.
The champions will get in. So
but they talk about the coaches say we really didn't know what the formula is.
No, I don't know that it's. I can't find it anywhere.
Now, I will say this. The Arnold soccer team's incredible. Now, you want to be the first 40 students there. The first 40 students in a nice game will receive an Arnold soccer long sleeve, I guess.
I was wondering if it's going to be a long sleeve or a blanket or hot chocolate.
or now you can take an Arnold soccer scarf, whatever you like.
A heater.
Or the other, yeah. But get out there and watch that game. That's going to. If you want to watch some great soccer, go watch an Arnold soccer.
And
game.
BTW has been a historically strong program. They may be a little down this year, but
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're coming in as the 8, which kind of surprised me. So
I want to go. This is national. Bill brought this up, and I didn't really know what was going on. Bill, talk about this. They want the NFL now, and I'm sure it's going to affect the league as far as paying their players. They want to add one more football game with 18 regular season games.
Right. That's what I was talking to. I guess I heard that yesterday, and
because we need one more chance to see the Jets.
But what a pounding those people are taking.
18 weeks. Can you imagine?
I can't.
And that's just the games. That doesn't count preseason. That doesn't count postseason. I mean, that's just.
Well, think about it. You know why they want that. You get 9 home games, because one year you got 8, next year you got 7. They want those 9 home games.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I can't understand is, we went through all that business with the concussion protocol.
You don't hear anything about it anymore.
You don't hear a thing in the world about it.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't happen anymore. And now we're talking about, I don't know where the Players Association is. I'm not hearing the NFL. I'm sure they've got an opinion on it, and I haven't heard it, which doesn't make it not so. But I'm puzzled as to why the players themselves will go along with this.
Yeah, and I don't know how much pull they have. I'm sure they can bargain it, but why would you? You're making great money now anyway. Why would you vote to play one more game? They'll have to play them more money. They'll have to pay them more money. But
look at
how much is enough money for your body?
How many really good players got injured in the season where they're knocked out before the end of the season?
I mean, it's one play and you're done for the season.
Well, look at Bo Nix, and there went the Broncos,
and that's when he kneeled down. all he did was kneel down and did it the wrong way. But I'm with you. If I was a player, honest to God, I wouldn't want to play another game. Another week of practice, another game.
Well, throw in a few preseason games on top of that. I mean, that 2 or 3 preseason games.
Exactly.
Everything's about money. Everything's about money. They talk about college player safeties. Look at this calendar now.
16-game schedule for Indiana.
It's all about the money.
It is. Shorten the games. Have more of them.
Yeah. I don't know. But you know what, though? It'll probably happen. They'll probably pay them more money. And I get the owners. You get another. Look at the amount of money they make off the game. Parking, concession, TV, you name it. They're making a killing. But you got to be a millionaire to own a team, or a billionaire, whatever it is now. I don't know. Let's go buy one. Put our money together and go buy one. Mm-hmm. I don't think that would happen. All right, I want to ask you guys. I've had this question here, and I hadn't had an opportunity to ask it yet. Since 2005, and what's this deal in the SEC? Let's just focus on the SEC. Since 2005, give me the 6 winningest teams that have not won a national championship. They have not won a national championship since 2005.
It's 2005.
You have to think.
Now 6.
You guys are highly intelligent.
6 teams.
One of them is a new team to the league.
That have not won.
Since 2005.
The championship. Well, Ole Miss out of the gate.
Ole Miss is ranked 6th in the most wins without winning a national championship since 2005. They've won 145 football games. Who are the next 5? You ought to know one of them very well.
Yeah, Mizzou.
Missouri actually is at number 2. They have won 167 games. You got to remember now, who was the coach before that really good when he left?
Tinkle.
Yeah. He had them playing in Atlanta a couple times at the beginning of the thing. They had 167 wins. They're at number 2.
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, you are correct.
I mean, they're always close, but yeah.
They never get the kiss.
What do the SEC shorts call it? Battered Aggie syndrome.
Jimbo Fisher couldn't get it done, but he won some ball games. Elko, it looks like he might get it done. I like Elko. I think he might get it done. They got the money. They got the resources.
Texas?
Well, no.
Oh.
Texas A&M, they won 163.
What?
So you guys have got Missouri at number 2, which is correct. You had Texas A&M at number 3. You had Ole Miss at number 6. Who's left? Who's 5? Who's 4? And who's number 1? The number 1 winningest team that has not won a national championship since 2005. It's easy.
Oh.
They're in the playoffs.
They're in the playoffs every year. The computers loved them. Give me the Sooners.
Booner Sooners, baby. Not even close. Not even close.
I mean, BCS, if we still had the BCS, Oklahoma would have been in over everybody. I don't understand how the formula worked, but I know it favored Oklahoma.
Well, remember, I think you were at the game. We went and watched them play. I was there. Alabama played them in the Orange Bowl way back. That was way back.
But that was like one of the only times we've beaten them.
Yeah, beat them bad, but jumped on them pretty quickly.
All right, so we're down to 2.
Oklahoma's the winningest team, has not won an SEC championship since 2005. They've won 211 football games. Mm-hmm. Who is number 4 and 5?
To have not won.
This is going to be hard to guess now. It's going to be hard.
All right, so...
They've been down. They have been down, but they've heading back.
Give me the Vols.
Tennessee Volunteers, Rocky Top, baby.
Really?
Coming in at number 5, Rocky Top. They won 147 football games without winning a championship. Number 4. I don't know if y'all ever get this one.
You know, I'm going to take a wild guess here because the percentages have got to be real close for these programs. But Kentucky has won a lot of ball games without winning anything.
That's
and they're competitive, aren't they?
They are. I mean, regular visitors at the Music City Bowl after 8-9 win seasons.
They got to go back to 2005 and think about some of the coaches that have been at this school. They have been 2 of the biggest names ever coached at this school, and y'all are wrong.
Okay.
Big name head coaches.
Well, you got to go to South Carolina if you want big names.
Absolutely. 2 of the biggest names of all time. The legendary Lou Holtz and the unbelievable, the man that changed the SEC, I think one of the greatest all time, the wonderful, I can't say enough good things about Steve Spurrier. I love that man.
Did you ever see that clip of Spurrier when he was, they asked him kind of give a little false interview around coach speak, and it was at South Carolina. And he was like, I'll see if I can find it, just play it into the phone. I mean, it was, hilarious. But he said, our kickers, you'd think they was in the Army, left, right. I mean, it's just
very funny.
South Carolina had 148 wins, and they came in fourth, and you were right about Tennessee, 147. So it was Oklahoma, Missouri, Texas A&M, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Ole Miss. I tell you what, when Spurrier goes, I'm going to cry. That was the first banquet he ever spoke at as the head coach of Florida was ours at Lake Wells. He did an incredible job. We had the opportunity because of the way it was set up. He was at our house the entire day that night and left. And I was invited to go speak as a coach in Clinton. They paid us a lot of money to go up there and speak in front of all the high school coaches. Our staff would go up there and we'd watch practice. Jim Brandt and I were there one time. We went to high school football camp. He sees and says, "Coach, get out here. I need some help." We went there and coached for him, and I just can't say he is a good man. He's a good man. He's honest. He's going to tell you what he thinks. It might hurt your feelings, but he's going to say. I said, "When are you ever going to hire me?" And he told me, he says, "I'm not going to have all them people in Lee County, man. I don't want them people in Cape Coral getting on me." Yeah, right. I said, "Thanks a lot, Coach." All right, let's take a break. Let's talk about some of our wonderful people. We got so many. It's unbelievable, man. Russ and Amber, we love you. You guys do an incredible job. If you want something designed, a piece of jewelry, a ring, anything, David Adams, they'll do it. Russ and Amber will do anything for you. If you got an old piece of jewelry, that's maybe something's not right about it and you want it corrected, they'll do it. They'll deal with you. And they have done outstanding job. And people listen to our show go there all the time. They're on Highway 77. And go check it out. Now, I love them. Russ loves the 49ers. But besides that, no, I'm just kidding, Russ. I know you love those. But anyway, you got David Adams Fine Jewelry. You'll be glad you did. Also, don't forget about Steve's Bike Shop. Steve Bertishaw, swim coach at Mosley. They've been in business since 1976. Electrical bikes are taking over the world. They got new ones. They got used ones. Steve's Bike Shop. Don't go buy a bike from some national brand. You get home, the tires are flat. You know they are. You're going to take it down there anyway. Get to Steve's Bike Shop. Get you a good bike. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Breaking news coming up next, by the way.
Okay.
Big news.
Big news.
Yes.
I hear you.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
By the way, I did give you a heads up that when Tom Brady was slobbering all over Clint Kubiak in the NFC title game, talking about his guy, and I go, Tom's going to hire Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks, to take over for the Raiders.
Kubiak.
Oh, is that how Tom is going to pronounce it?
Yeah.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 52 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northwest. Clear skies tonight, a brisk wind and cool near 41. Sunny and 63 tomorrow. 62 and sunshine with a gentle breeze Saturday. Sunday, sunshine and a temperature about the same at 60. Sunny Monday with a high around 66. This is your Thursday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
So you've heard the saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work? Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers
and their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job, it's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting your family.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
The number one SEC call-in show is now twice as big. It's double the Paul Feinbaum Show. Weeknights starting at 6.
Okay, but also go faster.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest. So, Randy, you got some breaking news?
Yes, sir. You'll want to hear this. Wildcats back tomorrow. It is big news. I don't have to get up at 5 o'clock.
The man, the myth, the legend is back in the saddle tomorrow, Wildcat. We asked you about praying. His mother passed away. I don't know if I told you.
No, I had not heard that.
He's been out all week. She passed away. She was 97 years old and had a great life. And we were worried about him getting up there. He left right after the show last Friday. Drove through all that bad weather, got there, and he'll be back in the saddle tomorrow. But Randy's done a great job for us this week. Appreciate that. Jeremy, if you would, let's listen to Coach Spurrier. Coach Spurrier wants to visit with you guys real quick.
Yeah, all right.
Explain this.
It was kind of a little coach speak, as all the coaches have to address the media here. He came over at the end, and he was kind of letting on about one of his South Carolina ball teams. Let's see if we can hear it.
I tell you what, we had another sorry practice today. These guys, I don't know if we're going to be able to beat anybody this year. Quarterbacks, they can't hit the broadside of a barn right now. I don't know if we could hit that indoor facility right there. Receivers, they couldn't catch a cold if it was the middle of February, dropping everything. Defensive backs, gosh, I wonder why they got grass stains all over their jerseys. They fall about every play. About 2 or 3 of them are falling. And our kickers, it's like the Army, left, right. They're kicking it all over the place. I don't know if we can beat anybody this year. Guys, and leadership, no, we don't have any leaders out here. Guys are soft. They just can't. I don't know. Maybe I ought to give them a week off and start over and see if we can regroup and find some real tough guys out here. But it's been a struggle this preseason. It's been a big struggle, man. I don't know how we're going to beat. Have you ever heard a coach say that? Have you ever?
I love him. He's unbelievable, man. People don't realize he changed the SEC.
Oh, he did.
That fun and gun offense, throwing the ball to the field. I will never forget when Bama went in there. I think it was his second year, third year. Stallings was a coach, and they beat him. What was it? 35 to zip. Yeah, I've never seen Alabama get spanked like that. Ooh. And I think Bama got him the next year, though.
I mean, that was when the ground shifted. Yeah. And it set up some of those great Alabama-Florida games between Spurrier
Were you at that game, that 35 zip?
I
wasn't either, thank goodness.
I'm glad I wasn't.
I want to go back. We were talking about coaches can motivate people. I've told this story before. I'm going to tell it again because Bill's not heard this one. But Howard Snellenberger, he walks in the room, man. He sounds just like you're talking to Bear Bryant. He's big, good-looking guy, highly intelligent. And Coach Spurrier, I will say I think Coach Spurrier messed up on this one. We had a kid he was looking at, and Oklahoma was looking at him. Howard Snellenberger flies in, has a home visit. I'm there with him, Fred Harley. Fred was a defense tackle, about 6'3", 2'6", 250, something like that. I think about 250 back then, maybe. But Coach Spurrier thought, man, I like the way he plays. I like the kid. He goes, I don't think he's got the size to play. I don't think he's big enough to play where I want to play him. I just don't. And he wouldn't say he's going to sign him. They kept wavering. And then they got some other guys they wanted, so they didn't take Fred. Howard Snellenberger comes in there, and I'm going, man, if he's too small to play in the SEC, is he really going to offer him a scholarship to Oklahoma? He came in there and he had that pipe, and he's sitting there, he's talking. Again, his voice is incredible. And he oh my God, he is the best at recruiting. Anyway, he goes, Fred, I watched tape of you. He said, son, we're going to offer you to come play at Oklahoma. And he said, and Fred goes, well, Coach, what position am I going to play? And he goes, well, we watched tape of you. And one of the things that really stood out to me, on a punt return, I saw you almost decapitate a kid. And I said, that's the kind of guy we want on this team. Fred peeled back. We set the wall up. He about killed the kid. About killed him. Beautiful block. And he watched him run on tape. He watched his quickness as a defensive lineman. He said, Fred, we're going to put you at fullback. And I thought, it just hit me. I said, oh, my God, that's incredible. And none of us even thought about that because he could run, and he was big.
And he would hit.
He looked at what he did. He looked at players that could run, that could hit, that could hustle, that can play. And then he put him in a position where speed mattered. He said he's fast enough to play the fullback position the way we play at Oklahoma. He was going to be a lead blocker. And and Coach Spurrier ran the eye then. We ran multiple sets, really. Yeah. But they didn't think about it. But Howard thought about it. Yeah.
Wow.
I was really impressed with him. He told us some stories. I asked him stories about the Bear Bryant stuff. He's a good man. He was a good man. Great man. Look what he did. If he would have stayed at Miami, he would have been the winningest coach probably in football history if he just stayed there all those years. Think about it. Bobby Bowden said that.
Mm-hmm.
Look what he did. Goes to Louisville and turned that thing completely around. We were all pumped about the Fiesta Bowl. They beat us like 36-6 or something.
Yeah, I had some guy named Browning Nagel.
Were you at that game?
No.
Okay.
I watched it that New Year's Day though. That was one that's kind of like, what is happening?
Yeah. And I was thinking the whole time, we could have had him at Alabama. You know, they finally fired the president that did not hire Snellenberger. That's one of the reasons he got fired too.
Mm-hmm.
We could have had him, but we didn't. But Louisville got him. Anyway, I don't know how much time we got to do this, but I'm going to start it anyway. This is Saturdays Down South, and I really like following them. I think they got good articles. I think they got a lot of great knowledge. They know the SEC coaches. They do a good job. This is the 2026 hottest seats in college football. Here's the top 5, and let's see if I'll go over and we'll go back and talk about them. At number 5, this is before the season's even started. They haven't even think spring football, but this is what they think. And I agree with him. Bill O'Brien, Boston College. His buyout is $12.5 million. He's 2-10 in 2025. Overall record there, 9-16. He was the famous offensive coordinator at Alabama I wanted to shoot. At number 4, the legend, Bill Belichick, North Carolina. His buyout's only $20 million. His record was 4-8. I think the girlfriend thing's hurt them. We'll come back and talk about this. This one I cannot.
Oh, no. Belichick's on the offense will be much better this year.
I think so, too. I think he's going to be fine. All right. Number 3, I cannot believe he's on this list. I think it's ridiculous. But this is the way college football is. Dabo Swinney, his buyout, $57 million. He's won 2 national championships. He's won 78% of his games. It's what you've done lately. He's a Hall of Fame coach. I don't know. He's at number 3. At number 2, South Carolina Beamer, his buyout is $19.5 million. And at number 1, probably at the poor school right now. You look at all the financial records right now at FSU, it's bad. Mike Norvell, his buyout's $51 million. He was 2-10 in 2024. He was 5-7. 2025, he just lost his offensive coordinator, Gus Malzahn, retired. What do you think, man? In 2023, when he goes, 12-0, 13-0, whatever it was, Alabama called, and then they panicked. And I hope and pray Alabama does not give DeBoer this big-time contract. I haven't heard anything, so hopefully they don't. But what do you think about this list? Would you have it differently? There's somebody you'd put on, somebody you'd take off?
Sweeney is on borrowed time just because of he's thought, well, the game has shifted. I'm gonna go the other direction. It's not working for him, So I think Dabo's time, but he may just retire.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think they'll fire him.
No, I mean he may step aside there. Otherwise, I think it's a pretty solid list. I mean, I know Alabama fans would want to put DeBoer on there, but with the way things turned with the playoff and with Michigan closing down and him not going, we're kind of stuck. I think FSU financially stuck.
Yeah.
I think Lincoln Riley's fine.
Yeah, for now.
For now, but he's on the watch list.
Yeah.
The West Coast is really struggling with the Big Ten sort of acquisition of some of those schools. I don't know that it gives them national presence, gives them a bigger market for sure, but the Oregon, USC, UCLA still doesn't feel like the Big Ten. You cross-country flights for these ball games and things like that. That's just not.
Bill, I'm looking at this list, and I'm like Randy. I think Bill Belichick's going to be okay.
He's fine.
He's got Petrino in there running the offense.
Right. Yeah.
They'll score points.
And isn't he coaching tight ends? I think he's coaching tight ends also, Bill. Not Bill, but Bobby.
He uses the tight end, so I'm sure he'll be helpful there.
I thought I read he's going to be coaching tight ends for all. I think they've got their quarterback coach that they wanted. But I'm like Randy. I think he can turn around. Look what he's done. He won 6 Super Bowls. He's got to get used to the college game. He never coached college football before. He's going to take. Once he learns that, he'll be fine, unless his girlfriend ruins it for him. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people don't like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's a side issue. It keeps kind of nipping.
Right.
at things. You go a little bit, and you don't hear anything about it, and all of a sudden,
this pops up again.
Yes, it does.
It just gives the media something to talk about.
Exactly.
You know,
Jealousy.
Why dive into somebody's personal life? You know what I mean? He's a football coach.
Right. And come on, if you were 70 years old and you could have somebody 26, and if you were single, come on. Whatever. No. All right, Bill, I want to ask you about Florida State, Norvell. Can they fire him even next year?
I don't think so.
It drops down to probably $41 million. But right now the buyout's 51. It could be 51 next year. I'm not sure.
Well, I don't see that happening. But
yeah. Okay. All right. Let's talk about some of our great people we love. You know the Vandergrift family really well, Jeremy. Wonderful people.
Yep.
Legendary family. Kyle is incredible. Everything he does turns to gold. The guy knows what he's doing. This company has gone crazy. They get all different contract, government, Bajester schools. They're doing a great job. They don't just do roofs. They can do anything. General contracting. They design it. They build it. Commercial, residential. They can do it all. But if you're looking for a roof, I'd suggest you go TK Vandy Roofing. Listen to Kyle every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And also, don't forget about Patrick. He's about local. His daughter's a cheerleader at Mosley. Patrick owns Turpro Pest Control. Your yard will look like a golf course. You got bugs in the house, in the yard, eating your yard up. They'll go away for good if you go Turpro Pest Control. Go local. Go Turpro Pest Control. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back. 104.3, home of Super Bowl 60, right here. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
You've read the headlines. You've seen the highlights.
Highway robbery!
But how about the unfiltered truth?
Steroid era, you can like it, love it, hate it, whatever. It's a baseball.
Since 2017, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has been the undisputed leader for sports coverage on the Panhandle. If it matters in sports, it matters to us, and it matters to you. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 52 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northwest. Clear skies tonight, a brisk wind and cool near 41. Sunny and 63 tomorrow. 62 and sunshine with a gentle breeze Saturday. Sunday, sunshine and a temperature about the same at 60. Sunny Monday with a high around 66. This is your Thursday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
WGSX Lynn 8 and WVLQ Port St. Joe. Panama City's home for Super Bowl 60. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
Full residential and commercial projects from start to finish. Wheelhouse is ready to help. From the moment you have the thought to build to the moment you step through the front door of your finished project, Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering will walk you through all of your aspirations. Engineering, site plans, live architectural design, construction, 3D rendering, permits, and more. Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering, 850-896-6597, 850-896-6597, and online at wheelhousedba.com.
You don't know what his problem is. But it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
I don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Alabama update. What you've been waiting for all day long is finally here. We know you love the Crimson Tide. You either love to hate them or you just love them.
Can we just have a moment of silence and just enjoy this for...
Sure. Go
let
ahead.
Coach Glenn Manley enjoy this.
Yeah, please.
All righty.
Roll Tide, baby. Alabama updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason, we love you, man. Unbelievable. Most honest guy out there, anytime, day or night. That is Stevenson Air Conditioning. Don't go national, go local. Go Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jeremy, what do you have to, let me write these dates down, the 19th and the 26th. What you got on Bama today?
All right, so you know what a pendulum is, right?
Yes.
All right. And how far out do you really want the pendulum to swing? If you're if you're a coach,
not very far.
Not very far.
You want to be consistent.
Yeah, you want that. Alabama's slinging it from one end to the other in basketball right now,
and they cause a lot of noise too.
Sunday game down in Gainesville. Alabama was down by 10 at halftime. 46-36. By the end of the game, Florida had hung 100 on them.
Yep.
Totally discombobulated there. I mean, wheels came off 100-77 by the end of the ball game. Now, Alabama struggled in Gainesville. Most everybody struggles in Gainesville, but you expected Alabama to compete, and they collapsed. And then last night, Texas A&M comes calling in Coleman Coliseum. A high-scoring ball game, thriller of a ball game, down to the wire, and Alabama, who couldn't hit a bucket Sunday in Gainesville, puts 100 on the board.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Still gave up 97. I don't know that they understand there's two sides of the game here. There's this offense piece that they really, really like, and there's this defensive piece that the effort has just not been there. And it seems to be the emerging Achilles heel for this ball team. Now, Alabama played a brutal non-conference schedule, which has been Nate Oates' way. They're 15-4 on the season, but only 5-4 in SEC play.
Right.
So you've now lost more games in the conference than outside the conference, which is a bit of a concern because I would have told you that the non-conference schedule was going to be tougher than what we would have seen inside the Southeastern Conference play. So it's, Alabama got back on the winning ways, which was huge, but it was a back and forth ball game, go in, just nip and tuck the whole way. But Alabama found a way to pull it out right there at the end. And did you see Holloway's layup?
I didn't. I forgot about the game.
It is must watch. He takes the two steps there, and as he's falling to the floor on what would have been a travel turnover, just flips the ball up, and it finds the basket. SEC actually picked it up as one of their highlights to show from the games last night, but it was a pivotal basket that put Alabama up by 2 possessions there very, very late with just a few seconds remaining to seal the game. And so go watch that one. But Alabama's basketball team does not get any easier. How will this pendulum swing?
Yeah.
We're going to hear a lot about it in the next segment because Andy's going to break down this ball game from the Auburn side.
Right.
But it's our first trip to the Plains. So
good luck.
Yeah. You don't have to say anything about the love lost between Alabama and Auburn. It does not matter what the sport is. But there have been some fierce Alabama basketball, games with Auburn over the last few years, particularly with Oates and Pearl had their rivalry. Now we've got Oates and Stephen Pearl. So be a raucous atmosphere as they head to Auburn on Saturday. As far as the SEC goes, the conference, I think, is looking pretty balanced on the whole. And Alabama's, basketball team is right up there in the top. But you look at the conference. I mean, Texas A&M sitting 1, Florida sitting 2. They split with them. They've got a win over Kentucky. You've got Arkansas ahead of you. You've got Vanderbilt ahead of you. It's 6-3 there. So it's going to be a tough road. Tennessee, they've played, so they're middle of the pack. I mean, they're 5-4 right now with Missouri and Auburn. Saturday's game's a pivotal ball game. And You want to defend at home as they did. You want to pick up one on the road. This would be a really good time to pick up a road win. But then Auburn is sitting at home 9-1 this year. So tough sledding for Alabama. And if you look at where we are in the season, about the midway point, I would have to say we're a little underperforming conference-wise.
Yeah.
And whether it's the distractions around the program and Bediako playing, whether it's this team that's not.
You think that affected the bench in a positive way or a negative way, letting him play?
I think it affects in a negative way.
With the players there?
I really do. I mean, it's not, if somebody gets injured and they lose their spot and they come back, that's one thing. They work their way back in. It was not theirs. But when somebody just shows up. Mm-hmm. And somebody else has been working the whole time to play, and you're not getting that opportunity now because they come in. That really does make things a bit challenging.
Go to the tournament, because Bruce Pearl had made some comments. Does this hurt Bama? Can they we're not going to let them in?
It could. There was a lot of reporters, he'll help Alabama push for the national championship game, and then they lay an egg in Gainesville. So it does create a distraction. Mm-hmm. And people are going to have pretty hard feelings one way or the other. They're not going to move a whole lot and be won over to another way of thinking. Pretty quickly you're going to decide, nothing to see here, or no, they really shouldn't do that. And it's kind of split out there. So we'll see. We'll see if it... a couple of weeks, these news cycles tend to wind down, but this one might actually ramp up depending on how the rest of the games go. So Alabama baseball is a few days away here. They've got a 3-game set to open. Washington State making the long trip across the country to play next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those game times have been set: 4 o'clock on Friday, 2 o'clock on Saturday, and then 1 o'clock on Sunday for getaway day. Should be interesting there. Softball is getting underway as well. Softball team has been year in, year out, some of the best out there, and they're going to play actually today. They play Villanova in Atlanta, first game of the season for Coach Murphy. They play East Carolina tomorrow, and then they also play Georgia Tech before playing Villanova and Georgia Tech on Saturday. So 5 ball games for the ladies as they get started this week, because the softball goes a week earlier than the rest of them. So, as you look at their schedule, they've got some interesting games. Purdue's coming to Tuscaloosa. They play Liberty a couple of ball games next weekend.
They're always good.
Yeah,
their soft team's always good.
So they are playing Florida State on the road this year. So if you want to see Alabama's ladies play, the 20th, 21st, and they'll be down in Tallahassee playing there, so they come by, local, so rare trip.
Did you see where Bama's recruiting class, again, nobody really follows anymore because you can't keep them, but Alabama's recruiting class finished 5th in the country by one of the services.
Yeah. And
in the old days, we'd be 1 or 2.
Right. And how to put stock in these rankings these days.
Right.
I love what Saban said at the halftime show, with the rankings pieces, because none of them coach football.
He didn't care about their ratings.
Big one Saturday on the Plains, and I know we'll have the break, and then we'll pick it up and talk more about it from the Tiger side of things.
Yeah, Andy Bertram, 8:15 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. But right now, let's talk about some of our wonderful people. Get out to J. Michael's Restaurant and have a great time. The best seafood, ice cold beer, the legendary J. Michael's, Max Fit Sports Nutrition, Dr. John Ward's guy is incredible. Russ and Amber over David Adams, and of course Pat Perno, City Commissioner over there. And Jason, love Jason. Stevenson Air Conditioner #1, not even close. I think I've got about everybody. And again, we are pumped up about have Pepper's Mexican Grill on Panama City Beach. It's Panama City Beach Parkway. Go check it out. You'll love it. They've remodeled the inside. It looks beautiful in there. Matter of fact, we're going to have a big little get-together over there probably next weekend. Not this weekend, but the next weekend. Great place to watch the Super Bowl. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. War Eagle, Andy Bertram.
104.3 ESPN is above the rim. Dorsey, splash! Exciting college basketball is back. Tune in every Saturday for the biggest games in college basketball, plus marquee evening matchups during the week. The Round Ball. And it goes for the win! You want it, you need it, and we've got it. College basketball plays here. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 52 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northwest. Clear skies tonight, a brisk wind and cool near 41. Sunny and 63 tomorrow. 62 and sunshine with a gentle breeze Saturday. Sunday, sunshine and a temperature about the same at 60. Sunny Monday with a high around 66. This is your Thursday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design build solutions, and top quality roofing. From concept to completion, they deliver excellence on time and on budget. Whether it's a custom build or a complex renovation, they've got you covered, literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better together. TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
They got something that money couldn't buy.
I was noticing when you come down the stairs that you've got pretty legs.
All right, I'll tell you a story without a happy ending. Y'all following this?
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle! Hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna. That's all your church members, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You got a lot of Tigers in there, man.
We do. We have a lot of fun.
I bet a lot will be up in Auburn this weekend. Huge football, huge basketball game. Let's bring him on now, the legend, the voice of the Auburn Tigers. Andy, how you doing this morning?
James, I'm doing well. I hope you are.
We are doing outstanding, man. Cannot wait. What'd you do this week? You had a little time off, didn't you?
Well, no. I just don't have a game in the midweek.
Talk about. Let's hear about Andy Burchin's week. What did you do this week? How did it go? Are you happy? You glad? You sad? What's going on?
Well, it's a busy week. I mean, just everyday duties, interviews with all the Olympic coaches that are in their season. With baseball starting a week from tomorrow. So, I mean, there's a lot that goes on through the day. In getting ready for the various events that we have. Of course, we've got Tiger Talk tonight at 6 locally at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. We'll have Stephen Pearl on tonight. His sister, Jackie, who is heading up the Outlive campaign at Auburn, which has raised millions of dollars for cancer victims throughout the state of Alabama. So that's our lineup tonight. I've got another event tomorrow evening at a dinner, and then, of course, Saturday it's Auburn in Alabama at 3:05 Central Time at Neville Arena.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. A lot of people don't understand. I've been invited by Andy to help him out with that game, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't think he knows about it yet, but that's going to be crazy.
That's an interesting invitation.
Hey, that's going to be I'd like to have a ticket just to sell to that one. I want to go back real quick. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You would be able to sell it. You would be able to sell it at a premium, James.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know that. Yeah. And let me ask you, before we jump into the game, Jeremy talked a little bit about it. We want you to break it down, but let's get to baseball real quick. I think Auburn's going to be really good. You saw the coaches poll, preseason poll. I think Auburn's ranked either 8th or 9th in the nation. What are you hearing there? I think they're going to be really good. I like the coach. What's your thoughts on Auburn baseball this year?
Butch Thompson has done a wonderful job since taking over as Auburn's head baseball coach a decade ago. And he came in tough circumstances, came in after fall ball, and has put together one of the preeminent programs in the country. And Auburn has responded with the additions, the premium seating, and the right center field student area, the area above the monster in left, the War Eagle wall, and it's one of the best places you can watch college baseball in the country now.
Yeah,
all of that to say, absolutely. All of that to say, I think this could be a very special Auburn baseball team. It had as good a freshman class as Auburn has had in quite some time a year ago. And Bub Terrell and Chase Fralick and Chris Rembert, who's a preseason All-American almost across the board at second base for Auburn. And all of those guys, all of those freshmen, and there are several pitchers that were key members of Auburn's team a year ago. Andres Alvarez is one of those, and they're all back. And guys that were key members to Auburn's regional championship team a year ago that will be back as sophomores now. And Auburn has added to that. Todd Clay, who's from Auburn, Alabama, played JUCO ball initially, played 1 year at UAB, and now is back home and is going to be a key member and a utility guy. I think he's going to be one of the guys that Auburn will look to as a DH, but he can play first, second, third for Auburn as well across the infield. So I really like the makeup of this ball club. I really, really do. And as you mentioned, Auburn is highly thought of across the country, as high as number 5 in one of the polls, and there's about 12 college baseball polls out there.
Right.
But across the board, the folks think very highly of this Auburn baseball team. Can't wait to get it started next weekend when Auburn plays host to Youngstown State.
And I'll always say, if you've never been to Hoover, to the SEC tournament, you need to go. It's great. Yeah. I saw Andy there, got a picture with him. That was fun. Andy, let's get to the big game. It's huge. You know it. Everybody knows it. Everybody's talking about it. Break it down. What do you think's going to happen? How do you feel? Give us what your take is on this game.
Alabama was impressive last night, beating Texas A&M. Hanging 100 on A&M. 197 was the final score last night. I think Alabama had 6 players in double figures, 16 threes in that game last night, and they're as good a backcourt as you're going to find in the country, with the likes of LeBaron Filan and Aiden Holloway and Latrell Weitzel, and they bring a lot off the bench. It's a deep, deep team. They're really good on the perimeter, and everybody shoots the threes. And in spite of the fact that they put up a lot of threes, they're still shooting 45% from the field as a team this year. And LeBaron Filan is really an impressive young man. Played 3 years in Mobile at Baker High School, where he was the Alabama Mr. Basketball. Finished his high school career at Link Academy. I believe that's in Branson, Missouri, where a lot of that's one of the. I see Link Academy on a lot of rosters now across the country. But Filan is a 6'4" point guard that is averaging 4.8 assists per ball game. He has 47 threes this season and is still shooting 51% from the field. So he's not just a three-point shooter. And it's just really an impressive Alabama basketball team that comes in here. Of course, there's been a lot of talk about Charles Bediako, who did not start last night for Alabama. I know that there's some court proceedings that are supposed to be taking place tomorrow. Auburn is preparing for Bediako to be playing against the Tigers on Saturday at 3:05. So you have no other choice but to get ready for that 7-footer coming in. And Alabama really responded well to being dominated at Florida last weekend. I mean, absolutely run out of the gym last weekend. But they responded last night, gave Texas A&M just their second loss in Southeastern Conference play. Auburn is as we talked about earlier, and was off in the midweek. I think it came at a good time for Auburn to bumps and bruises and get healthy and get ready for Alabama. Auburn didn't play particularly well last Saturday, and hats off to Tennessee as a big win for Tennessee in that ball game against Auburn. And now let's see how Auburn responds to being beaten on the road. We saw what Alabama did last night at home after it got taken to the woodshed down in Florida. How does Auburn respond to that Tennessee loss? We'll find out Saturday at 3:05. Our coverage begins at 2:30 from Neville Arena.
Andy, Jeremy, we were talking in the Alabama segment about the ball game itself, but Alabama all time at Neville Arena, 7-5 based on what I could find. But last year we had kind of the what no one expected. Auburn won in Tuscaloosa, and Alabama won in Auburn in the overtime game. But Auburn's dominated at home this year. I think 9-1. Any sort of insights around why the Tigers have continued to defend home court so well, and what does that look like for Alabama coming in?
Well, part of it is just Neville Arena. Part of it is the Auburn family at Neville Arena, and part of it is that Auburn's been pretty darn good of late. You look at the time since the time that Bruce Pearl took over, and Stephen Pearl on that staff, and now with Stephen as the head coach. That's been a pretty good Auburn basketball program. That's one of it. And Neville Arena has just become one of the very best home court advantages, not only in the SEC but in the country. With the jungle that's right behind us, and I've talked about this before, guys. I can feel shakers on the back of my neck during ball games. That's how close folks are, and it's just a great environment for basketball. And this team has responded. And then the Auburn family has responded. I think that's the reason that Auburn has played so very well at home. And Auburn's only loss was the controversial loss to Texas A&M. That Auburn thought it had won. Yeah, that's the only loss that Auburn has this year at home. Now listen, Alabama is going to be I think Alabama will be the best team that comes to Auburn so far this year. I think they're better than Texas A&M. They have more talent. And I think this is the best team that Auburn will have faced at Neville by the time this game ends on Saturday. That's the kind of talent that Nate Oates has with this Alabama ball club coming in. So Auburn's home court advantage will be tested on Saturday. But I like the way Auburn is playing right now. I love the way this ball club is playing right now.
Well, it's a pivotal ball game. I mean, both teams are sitting 5-4 right now at kind of the midpoint of the conference season, and first of two meetings coming up. But you feel like whoever comes out Saturday's got a bit of an inside track toward higher seeding and better path to the tournament than the one who comes out as the loser Saturday. So I think there's high stakes, even if you're sitting there 5-4.
No question, and both of these teams will finish the regular season like they did last year at Neville Arena. This year, they'll finish the regular season at Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa. So there's a lot of basketball to be played, and what we have seen this year in the SEC is anybody can beat anybody. Period. And even at 5-4 right now, I could see one of these teams making a run to an SEC championship. Now they've got to leap some folks. You've got to get past the Floridas and the Texas A&Ms and the Vanderbilts of the world to do that. But I think both of these teams have that kind of talent, and we're kind of at the midway part of the SEC. And if one of these teams gets on a roll, watch out. That game in Tuscaloosa could be, and I know that may sound outlandish, but that game in Tuscaloosa could be for an overall SEC championship. In March before we head to Nashville in the SEC tournament. But yeah, this Saturday at the very least is for improved seeding at the SEC tournament and seeding in the NCAA tournament, to be sure.
Andy, I want to ask you questions about you. What Tiger Talk, when you do those shows, live shows like that, is that a lot of prep you have to go through to get through a show like that? And how difficult it is when you're having a great year, like in basketball, they've been really well. But what's it like during football? Because I'll be honest, in my lifetime, I've never seen Auburn have so many losing seasons in football. I mean, it's just not ever happened before. What was that like? Do you keep it positive? You try to turn it and make the show where it's good and positive? Does it ever get off track?
Well, let me say this. I mean, I co-host this show with Brad Law, and I'm grateful to have that co-host with me. And Brad does a terrific job with everything that he does, and he's about to embark on the Auburn baseball season, and I join him when it doesn't conflict with Auburn basketball. So Brad and I combine. Jacob Hillman is our producer on site, and he's also our mic guy, so he's out taking the questions, and we get tons of questions from folks there at Baumhar's Victory Grill. And it's a lot of prep, yes, but it's not only prep, it's prep for equipment. I mean, we're taking that show on the road.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's a pretty big endeavor. We broadcast it live, of course, across the Auburn Sports Network, and also we stream it live, so you can watch the show as well. And yeah, it's a little easier to do when things are going well, and it's a little more challenging when things aren't going well. But yeah, we try to keep it positive.
Yeah, y'all do a great job, by the way.
And positive and hopeful.
Yeah.
And that's where we are right now with football. Alex Goldish met with the media yesterday as Auburn wrapped up its recruiting season for 2026. Of course, it's on now to the 27 and the 28 recruiting classes as well. So, and A-Day's coming up. There will actually be an A-Day football game at least this year.
Yes.
I don't know what it's going to be like after this year, but there will be an A-Day football game this year. But, yeah, I mean, it's fun. And it's good. It's great to be out in the community and doing that show live on location and getting to see folks and the regulars that are there, get a good meal every time at Baumhauer's as well. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. We'll be on the air tonight at 6 on the Auburn Sports Network.
All right, and don't forget, listen to Andy this weekend right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the Iron Bowl of basketball. Andy, we love you. Thank you so much for spending time with us. You do an incredible job, and we'll talk to you next week, okay?
My pleasure, guys. Have a great day. War Eagle.
War Eagle. He's great.
Great guy.
Love that guy. All right, let's talk about some of the great people we got. We got so many. It's unbelievable. But I'll tell you, let's start off with Pat Perno. City Commissioner of Lynn Haven does a great job over there. Let's get out to Beef Brody's and have lunch today. Super Bowl 60. Again, Pat told me, all you got to do, call, make the order. It's going to be waiting for you. A lot of people do this. A lot of, especially Super Bowl Sunday. They call, make all kind of orders from Beef Brody's Lynn Haven. Do the same thing. You'll be glad you did. But better yet, go and eat it there. Watch the game here. It's outstanding. You're down that way anyway. Go see Russ and Amber at David Adams. Look for some jewelry. They got a great selection down there. If you got something broke, they'll fix it. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. Go see Dr. Ward. Also listen to him every Wednesday right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
We just had the largest coaching carousel in the history of college football. I don't know who you're going to get. You're going to go take some kid that's 32 years old that's just an offensive coordinator like Kentucky did, and you're not going to know what you got? I think Florida State needs somebody that's been there, that's done that knows how to do it, and Jimbo's just sitting there in the wings saying, okay, I'm right here, guys. Let me do the chop again.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays, 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Are you living with chronic pain, anxiety, or sleepless nights? You don't have to just get by. You deserve to thrive. At Thrive Alternative Medicine on Panama City Beach Parkway, Dr. Laughlin and counselor Suzanne Clark provide a compassionate path to relief. From medical marijuana card certifications to professional mental health counseling, managing conditions like PTSD, chronic pain, and the complexities of cancer. Book online at thrivealternativemedicine.com. Thrivealternativemedicine.com. Find the relief you deserve.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Experience a higher level of service. David Adamson Designer Jewelry has been providing you the very best of fine jewelry and repair in Lynn Haven for over 32 years. David has added Amber Anderson and Russ Clare, names you've known and trusted in PCB for years with your fine jewelry and watch needs. Find that one-of-a-kind engagement ring, that special anniversary gift, or something colorful just for you. Amber and Russ will find it or build it for you, serving Bay County and beyond in Lynn Haven at the corner of Ohio Avenue and 9th. David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
If aliens showed up tomorrow and said, take us to your leader, you'd bring them to the Coach James Hale Show.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest. I'm going to remind you again, Super Bowl 60 right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Also, we're going to select some magic basketball games right here you can listen to. Of course, we all know all the great college basketball games. And the biggest one so far, in my opinion, is going to be this weekend, the Iron Bowl. We just talked to Andy Burcham. You listen to him right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest. So I got Bill Solomon here, former superintendent of the great state of Missouri. And, of course, everybody knows Jeremy Pridgeon. Doesn't incredible. Tommy's out killing something. No, actually, Tommy's a little bit under the weather.
Okay.
He's a little bit under the weather. Bless his heart.
Yeah.
Love him.
Hunting season's getting close to winding down here. So
I'll tell you what, there's not a better man that I know than Tommy Santamont. That guy is
great guy.
I love him to death.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, everybody thinks that. We just went over the coaches on the hot seat for 2026. This is the most the same list, Jeremy and Bill. Tell me what you think about this. Most protected coaches when you look at what they've accomplished at their universities and what their buyouts are. Kirby Smart is the number one most protected coach in the country.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to.
$130 million, 10-year deal.
Why would he want to leave?
Well, I tell you what, crazy as college football is.
Well,
if I had my choice now between coaching college and NFL, I'd go to NFL. I would. I'm a control type guy. And the players have the control now in college football. They really do. And number 2, Coach Day, Ohio State. I still think that's a tough job to make people happy. But he's safe, right? Y'all agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as he keeps an offensive coordinator through the playoffs.
Yeah. Now, of course, we know Indiana's head coach. He's safe. He's won that championship.
Yeah.
He's the new Bear Bryant of college football. As a matter of fact, he won the Bear Bryant Awards Coach of the Year. Miami Cristobal, they say he's safe right now, in good shape.
Yeah, he got
him in the playoffs. He still has not won an ACC championship.
No, but made a run, made him happy.
Oregon's Landing, Oregon's head football coach. Mm-hmm. He's got him up there every year, seems like, in the playoff. He looks like he's in pretty good shape.
But what if they won?
I know they ranked, and then they lost Ohio State that one year, and then this year they got destroyed by Indiana. Mm-hmm. Of course, so did Alabama.
I mean, I'm not saying he's going anywhere, but Oregon. We talk about Oregon every single year, and they're becoming the Buffalo Bills of.
Yeah, kind of overrated, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Alabama Crimson Tide. They say DeBoer is safe. Right now, yeah, I'd say right now. I think you got to leave him, give him at least 4 years. That's just me.
Yeah.
I get upset with them, what they do scheme-wise sometimes, but I think he's a good coach, though.
Yeah.
At number 6, you mentioned a minute ago, not South, but USC, Lincoln Riley.
Mm-hmm.
You said he was safe. They think he's safe.
Yeah, I mean, for now, but the chirping will start.
He had a 10-year, $110 million contract, so he's been there, 3 or 4 years now?
Right.
Yeah, his first year was outstanding. After that, not so much. Texas Stark. Now, they got enough money, they can pay out the big contract. He got an extension when the Alabama job came open. Mm-hmm. They wanted to make sure they tied him up at Texas. They did. But then again, they can. Yes, Coach Stark. They can cut him loose in a heartbeat because they got the money to do it.
Right.
Do you think he's safe?
He is right now.
Okay. And the one we just talked about on the hot seat, this particular article says he's safe mainly because he's got a $51 million buyout. Dabo. I'm with you. I don't think he'll ever get fired. I think he'll finally say the heck with it.
Yeah, that's what's
How long has he been there?
He's been there a while.
I mean,
a long time.
That's all I remember. But
matter of fact, he's the second wingest college coach, active head coach in college football right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Number 2. I love him. I hope he stays. I think he's good for college football. I hope he stays.
Well, given the whole scheme of things with college football right now, he's kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
Even if you don't agree with him.
Yeah, I agree. What he's trying to do is just like everybody and Feinbaum blasts him all the time. He does that just to, I don't know. All right, let me ask you, think about it and answer this question for me. What's the next national championship in football, basketball, and baseball? Give me 2 or 3 names, SEC schools in order that you think. I'll give you mine if you don't mind. I'll go
for it.
And basketball, I think Florida's still back up there. I think Kentucky's coming back. And the third one, I don't know.
I'm going to put the Gators in there.
I got the Gators.
They've been there, proven.
I think Kentucky's coming back.
I really like Kentucky.
I think they're coming back.
I'm not quite buying the Cats yet. No, not.
What about, all right, could you put Arkansas on that list? They got the coach.
Arkansas, and the one and done is so tough. I mean, so are they capable? Is Kentucky capable? Yes. Arkansas capable? Yes. Most capable still seems to be Florida.
Gators. Yeah.
But you just have to get hot at the right time. And how many times have we watched teams right now blistering people that peak?
Right.
And then they just kind of can't
Florida
sustain.
hit it right last year.
Florida hit it just right last year.
I got Florida number one. All right, what's yours three, Bill? What's happened to Missouri? When Missouri came in, we thought they were going to really help our basketball, and they really haven't. Not like we thought.
Well, I'm trying to think of the coach's name. We have, and I don't know. This gets into a whole thing, the chemistry in Missouri, and it's not just. It's in basketball. It's in football. We seem to have a kind of a framework we put ourselves into, and it never changes.
Yeah.
And just about the time that you think we're going to break loose, we'll disappoint you, and it'll come right along.
Yeah.
And that's where I see Mizzou.
All right, top three basketball teams. Who wins the first national championship out of the SEC in basketball?
Well, are we talking? Do we have? Can I talk about anybody?
You can say anybody you want.
Illinois.
No, we're talking SEC.
Oh, okay.
No.
Alabama can do it. They flashed. I mean, look, Alabama's cracked the Elite Eight here. They've cracked the Final Four. It's just what team shows up. Yeah. I mean, you saw them last year, shot the lights out in the regional, in the 16 round and got to the 8 and couldn't hit a bucket. Auburn, also. So, I mean, they're nobody.
But your top three.
Florida.
I'm with you there.
Probably with Arkansas.
Yeah, I got Kentucky.
I'm
talking the next couple of years. It doesn't have to be this year.
A&M, if he stays, could, because they've got the resources.
They got the money. That's a good point.
Yeah. I just don't know what's going to happen there.
All right, let's jump into baseball. I'll go first. I got LSU.
Oh, yeah.
LSU. Then I would say Arkansas has a shot. And if I'm going to go just three, I'm going to say Mississippi State. They seem to always be strong.
Don't forget the Vandy boys.
Yeah, they got the money.
I mean, and that's their sport.
Yeah,
that's their sport.
So what's your three then?
LSU, Arkansas, Vanderbilt.
That's a good three.
Yeah, I like them also.
I do too.
Vandy is the one that I find interesting to watch.
Yeah. All right, football. I'll go first. I got Georgia. I got Texas. And third one, I'm not sure, but I really think Texas and Georgia are going to be ahead of everybody else.
Georgia.
I mean, you and Kirby had like 5 or 6 starters coming back this past year. He's got this year. If you look at, they got 15 starters coming back. But if you look at the guys that started during the game, but not every game, it jumps up to 17. They were good as a very young football team. Watch out for Georgia next year, I think.
Georgia, hard to know what Kiffin will do at LSU. That is a wild card.
Can you bring a team together though in the first year?
Yes, you can in this environment.
Okay.
You're building for a season, guys. We got one shot. Half of y'all aren't going to be here next year, but commit to us for this year. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, he's had a track record.
There's no building a 4-year program.
So you got LSU second, not Texas.
And I'm not buying Texas yet.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Bill, football wise.
Well, I like LSU, Kiffin too. I think and Georgia is absolutely. I don't know. That's two.
And
anyway, Georgia, LSU, Texas.
So I'm with you. The money. What about A&M?
I remember that comment about battered Aggie syndrome. And I can't rule Alabama out. I mean, there have been flashes, but it's the consistency piece.
Yeah, I can't buy into Bama. I can't.
I'm not.
I've seen too much the other way.
Not buying it. Yeah. But you go into Athens and dominate.
1 week.
Yeah. And then the next week you act like you hadn't seen a football.
And then you watch them against FSU get destroyed.
Destroyed in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
That's the part that's vexing.
In his first year, you go out to Oklahoma, they're like they never practiced.
But I'll tell you what's a little disconcerting. Where did Grubb come to Alabama from?
Yeah, Seattle. Look where they're at right now.
And now they can run the football.
Yeah.
Who can't run the football?
We got the new offensive line coach.
Yeah, but who didn't run the football?
You're right. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Get out and support these young men and young ladies. They're incredible what they do. These are all local people. They work extremely hard, and they perform a great service for you. I'm talking about Jay Michaels, a legend here in Bay County. Heck, the legend in Panhandle, Florida. The guy's incredible. Get to Jay Michaels Restaurant. Look at the city commissioner of Lynn Haven, Pat Perno, what he does at Beef Up Brady. Go support him. Russ and Amber, what they do at David Adams. And look at, Kyle Vandegrift, man. He has been, everything he does is good. Listen to Kyle every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I love his mom and dad. They're having a party for their anniversary, I believe. Mm-hmm. I think they've been married. They've been married a long time. And also, listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. They truly come out with a game plan. They look at the yard. They find out what they need to do. They execute it. Your yard looks absolutely outstanding. And if you got bugs inside the house, you got them in the yard, eating the yard up, they'll take care of both of those things. And you can't get more local than Patrick. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We got two legends in here this morning, Bill and Jeremy. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This just in. Get the latest sports news, scores, and updates from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Follow us on Facebook for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes action, live streams, and the chance to interact with your favorite hosts.
Stay connected. Stay connected. Stay connected.
Join the conversation on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Search for ESPN Northwest Florida and crush the follow button.
I follow you on social media.
We're always here to keep you in the game.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 52 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northwest. Clear skies tonight, a brisk wind and cool near 41. Sunny and 63 tomorrow. 62 and sunshine with a gentle breeze Saturday. Sunday, sunshine and a temperature about the same at 60. Sunny Monday with a high around 66. This is your Thursday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
That boot store reminds you that it doesn't hurt to give something stylish and practical on Valentine's Day. Just think, fellas, what she's going to look like in that special Western outfit. Wow. Ladies, he'll look sharp in those jeans and new hat, too. Okay, fellas, to be on the safe side and not be sleeping on the couch, that boot store suggests that you complement that Western outfit with some lovely flowers, candy, or romantic art. Maybe all three. Just a suggestion from that boot store. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 till 5. Friday and Saturday, 9 till 5:30. Next to Billboard Kia, 15th Street, Panama City.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Bonafide and qualified.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Certified.
From the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget Super Bowl 60 right here this Sunday on ESPN Northwest Florida. Also, the big game this weekend, the Iron Bowl of basketball. Andy Burcham and the Auburn Tigers versus the Alabama Crimson Tide. Listen to Andy in the game right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I want to brag on Kirby Smart, Jeremy. Bill, the guy is incredible. One of the finest men I've known. Wherever he's been, he's won big time. He's a great high school football player. Played for his dad. We all know what he did at Georgia. We know what he did as assistant coach at all of his stops, FSU, LSU, Alabama, and what he's done as a head coach. A lot of people say he's the best coach in college football right now. I think he is. This is what he did against every team in the SEC. This is his success rate. Against Vandy, he's 6-1. I didn't realize they lost to Vandy. I didn't know that. Texas A&M, they've only played one time. They've won that game. Texas, they own Texas. They're 3-1 against the Texas Longhorns. Tennessee, 9-1.
Ooh.
South Carolina, 7-1. Ole Miss, 2-3. I got to go back and double check. That doesn't sound right to me.
Actually,
it is.
I think that's
Wow. Oklahoma, they've only played one time. They're 1-0. Missouri, he owns Missouri, 8-0. 8-0.
8-0.
Ugly wins. Physical wins. Mississippi State, he's 5-0. LSU and his brother just took the job there. This is going to be a great rivalry in the future. They'll be playing each other quite a bit, I think, in playoffs. If we still have the SEC championship game, which we might not going forward, who knows? But against LSU, he has 1 win, 2 losses. I didn't know that. Kentucky, he owns Kentucky like everybody else, 10-0. That was for you, Wildcat. Florida Gators, the big rival game, 8-2. The Auburn Tigers, the big rival game, 10-1. He's 18-3 against his 2 biggest rivals. Okay, that makes people happy. Arkansas, 2-0. But the Alabama Crimson Tide, he's 2-7.
And I'm going to put an asterisk by those 2. Those 2 wins are in rematches after being defeated.
Yeah, and when they were favored, I think in both of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he is the best of the best. His recruiting is unbelievable. He does not go take a lot of kids out of the transfer deal. He gets very few. He's still kind of like Dabo, goes the old way. His recruiting's always outstanding. This team coming up in Georgia, I think is going to be outstanding. I think they'll be really good. The quarterback's back. 17 starters are back. Watch out for Georgia 2026. Speaking of college football, I want you guys' opinion on this. What right now, not in the history of college football, right now, this day and time, where everything is crazy, name the 5 best programs in college football right now. What are your 5?
5 best programs?
Yes, sir.
Georgia.
You're okay?
Texas.
I'm with you.
Ohio State.
Yes.
I would put in that same grouping Alabama still.
They're not. They didn't make mine. That's good.
Okay. And then the 5th program there would probably be. It's a tough one. There's a lot of probably A&M.
Money. Those are 5 good ones, Bill. And you're not wrong. It's just an opinion. You're not wrong.
Can't argue with anything you just said. I kind of feel the same way about Alabama. I can go with everything that you just mentioned, but I think Alabama's still there.
Okay. All right. Let me go through mine, and I'll tell you why. Ohio State, money, tradition, they got check all the boxes. They got it. Georgia, they got more money than most teams in the SEC. They got the best college football coach in the country. They're there. Texas, main reason for them, the money they have. They got the name, they got the stadium, they got the facilities, they got the whole package, and they got the big bucks, Texas. Now, mine a little bit different than your guys. Notre Dame. And let me tell you, don't jump on me. Let me tell you why. They dropped their toughest game. USC and Notre Dame could not agree on the date to play it. So Lincoln Riley, in my opinion, did the right thing. Said, no, we're not going to do what you want. You'll play us early in the year. We're in the Big Ten. We have a conference championship we might be playing for. This could hurt us at the end of the year. I get it. Notre Dame chose to do what they wanted to do. Their schedules are so much easier than everybody else. I think that's the reason I got them there. I think their path to continue to do really well and make the playoffs easier than like an Alabama, an LSU, or somebody like that. That's the reason I had them there. Plus, they've got that name. They got their own TV network. They got plenty of money. I got to put them up there for that reason. That's the only reason there. And number 5, because they've got a billionaire. Look what Miami's doing right now. Anytime they want a quarterback, they offered Ty Simpson, $5 or $6 million to come do it?
Yeah.
They went last year and got Georgia, and even though he was hurt, it worked out for him. I didn't think it worked out for him. When they need a position, they need a player, they can go buy them. And they're doing that. They're not going away.
Right.
I don't think and the big reason, though, they're in a lot easier conference. Their schedule's so much easier than a team in the Big Ten in the SEC.
Yeah.
Think about that.
They're positioned well, guaranteed a slot. Just have to win the ones you expect to win. Yeah.
Bill, was that completely off base? Does it make sense?
No, I don't think so, but...
Randy, was that okay? You agree with that? You think those are pretty good?
I don't know. I just don't think that the ACC gets the credit. I mean, everybody looks at Florida State and Miami as the only two teams in the ACC.
Talk about your team, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, you've got, there's, some teams that are certainly making some big-time progress. I mean, Louisville is one of the examples, but, there's numerous examples. I think the ACC is certainly, look at the bowl games head-to-head, ACC versus SEC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't want to talk about that unless it benefits us. Notice you don't hear that talk anymore. We used to run our mouths about, and I was trying to be fair and balanced about that, and I got somebody mad at me. I said, no, you got to give them credit because
it mattered when the SEC was winning the bowl games, and then all of a sudden it's not a big deal. Bowl games don't matter
Nobody's
anymore.
playing in them. Oh, yeah.
Notre Dame's full schedules are out for the next few years because they have to schedule so far in advance. And you look at this. I mean, this is next year. Wisconsin and Green at Lambeau.
They're terrible.
Rice, Michigan State.
Terrible.
Purdue.
Terrible.
North Carolina.
They're 4-8. They were 4-8.
Stanford.
Terrible.
BYU.
They're overrated.
Navy.
They'll beat that one.
Miami, Boston College.
Miami now.
Yeah.
Where's that game played, Miami?
At home for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Boston College, Southern Methodist, Syracuse.
They're in.
They're in.
They're in.
You go to 27, Purdue.
See, one, maybe two losses possible in that whole schedule.
Maybe. Purdue, Michigan State, Auburn, Georgia Tech.
Auburn?
Yeah, on 27.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. In South Bend. Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, Clemson, Navy, BYU, Duke. 28 gets interesting. Texas, Arkansas, Purdue, at Auburn. I didn't realize Notre Dame joined the SEC.
Wow.
Virginia Tech, Clemson, Navy, Boston College, Miami, Pitt. Alabama gets them in 29. They've got Florida State in 29. So it's pretty easy for the next little bit.
Yeah, but again, top to bottom schedules matter. Ohio State's schedule next year is a lot tougher than this past year. But I want to go back to Louisville. I got a guy that played for me, started out coaching, Mark Ivey. He just got promoted to co-defensive coordinator. And we're going to try to get Mark on if Jeff will let him come on here with us. But I'm like you. Louisville went in there and beat Miami in Miami. But then they screwed up. Who beat them after the next week they lost to somebody?
Yeah, there was a couple of bad losses. They should have won the game at home against Clemson.
Right.
Trying to think who that's SMU. They really.
What they wound up 9-3?
They had a ton of injuries. They had two, big time running backs. Both of them got hurt, so they had a third string running back. So they had injuries.
They won their bowl game, right?
They won their bowl game because the one of those guys was back. So
Well, they wind up 10-3.
Huh?
Then they wind up 10-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. What did Alabama win? We were 10-4, 11-4, 11-4. Yeah. All right, Jeremy, tell me about your church. What time? Now, I know last Sunday the weather and everything.
Oh gosh, we're back up full speed. 8:15, 9:30, 10:45. Yeah, and First United Methodist Church, Panama City. Come join us.
We got a special birthday tomorrow. Bill Solomon's birthday will be tomorrow. We're going to wish him a happy birthday. Matter of fact, we're going to do something tomorrow night together. We'll have a good time.
Thank you,
Bill. How was your trip to Missouri when you used?
Oh, it was wonderful.
How cold? Tell me how cold it was.
It was very cold. What do you say? It was 0?
Yeah.
Day in, day out. About a foot of snow.
Are you glad to be back in Florida?
Absolutely.
Wow. All right. Well, leave it right here all day. We've got a great lineup for you. Paul and LSU Jeff got a great show this afternoon. Leave it right here for all sporting events. Don't forget Super Bowl 60 right here on ESPN 104.3. Have a great day.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The magic plays here.
And he flipped it up and in and one. It's Desmond Bain. He's an offense unto himself right now.
Tip off coming up.